Hello, today we're at the Artemis house in Spearfish with Ayesha and Barbara Jean, who are with the organization. So why don't you, first of all, tell us what is the Artemis house?
Thank you. So the Artemis House is a domestic and sexual violence prevention program. We're best known for our emergency shelter that we run for people who are escaping or fleeing domestic or sexual violence. But then more than that, we run a number of programs in the community to try and spread the word about what domestic or sexual violence looks like, how to protect yourself against it, and how, the community as a whole can come together to support survivors and try to tackle domestic and sexual violence as a whole. Okay. So we run the shelter, as I've said. We then also have a 24/7 crisis line, and that's available at any time for anyone who needs support, resources, and just like a kind ear when they're going through a really rough time. We have advocates who work closely with survivors. They'll meet one-on-one and help a survivor figure out what do they need to get to safety, what barriers are they currently facing towards leaving an abusive relationship, and what support might they need in trying to establish an independent life following leaving an abusive relationship.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, Barbara Jean, why you're a board member? Why did
I'm
you
a board member. I'm a domestic violence survivor many years ago. Wanted to give back to the community and do some public speaking around that. I would say the biggest message is people are afraid to leave because they're afraid of what that looks like after, and that there are tons of services available, and it does get better. I think that a lot of people think they're stuck. And so I guess my biggest message is you're not stuck. And you reach out to services and what they do here, and then you can figure it all out.
Yeah, and that's a key part of the work that we do. So we're not just providing the emotional support and the encouragement to say, like, it's possible, you can leave. We're also providing practical and kind of everyday support. So, for example, when someone is in a relationship with someone and they share a child, it can be very difficult to leave because you worry, am I going to be able to see this child again? So we can provide referrals for legal services. What we can also do is provide financial support. So we have a program where we can help pay for rent and deposits for some of our clients getting into their own home for the first time. And beyond that, we have a whole array of kind of supportive services in our community, counseling, other supportive services that can really help a person feel like they're not alone and that the community as a whole is coming together to support you.
Sure.
This shelter now is in Spearfish. We have 7 bedrooms and we serve a 3-county service area. So it's Lawrence County, obviously, we're in Spearfish, but then it's also Butte County and Hardin County. We see ourselves as like a hub for people to reach out for help, get the resources they need. Our advocates are regularly working with people who maybe need ongoing and long-term support, and we would encourage people, even if you don't need a shelter, to please reach out. We can provide all sorts of supportive resources.
There's a crisis line, but you don't have to be in crisis. There's help out there. Use your resources, and that's what I feel like part of what I want to do is be supportive of other women that are currently going through it, because this is what it looks like when you've gone through it, and you can be very successful and happy and get on with life, and it's great. And I just want people to know that you can use the crisis number or the Artemis House for many, many different kinds of sexualized behavior that's inappropriate. I want people to use the services for anything that feels uncomfortable sexually. Check in, see what's available, talk to somebody. Counseling might help you straighten that out, because sexual abuse has many, many different forms.
So our website, you can find us at artemishouse.org. It has all of our resources listed there. Our crisis line number is 605-642-7825. And you can call that any time that you need help, and there will be a trained advocate ready to take your call.